Ah, hi, I'm Maureen Nelson, MPN Matchmaking, and this is not, and there was a delay, and I'm missing Brian. Brian is not next to me. So, how about, and I see I've been on for a while, even though I didn't realize it. So, this is going to just be a crazy ass disaster, more so than it ever is. So, how's about I just answer one of the questions that one of our peeps were so nice to ask because it, I really like when our clients and colleagues and friends do write in their questions, and I have them here. And again, I know there's a delay. It sucks. But next week, I am going to have someone who is really a pro at this. He is going to come here and he's going to set this up. So it will not be as bad as it is now. Um, and as I am talking to you, I'm trying to just see if there's anything I could do to fix the situation. Okay. I just saw a couple things that I can do. Let's see if that works. Because I just realized the mistakes that I am making. Okay. So, Brian, by any chance, are you listening? Um, all right. So, what I'm going to do, because again, I can't see anything, but I know I'm on viewer. I hit. Okay. I'm going to answer just one or two questions because everyone was kind enough to write something in. And we really do appreciate it. And I'm sorry about the craziness of this. Of course, it's telling me all the things I'm doing wrong. Oh my God, how embarrassing. This is so embarrassing. But we're still going to do it. Okay, so here we go. Hopefully, you could hear me too. Let me just see. Brian is calling me. Okay. All right. Well, the first question is there a favorite TV show that I would watch for the rest of my life? Everybody knows that answer. So if there's anybody that is watching, if you could just tell me what the answer is, because anyone that knows me knows what that would be, because I'm not going to answer it. It's too obvious. Um, and I'm just seeing if there's by some miracle that I am able to receive messages, which as of now I am not. Okay, so one more question because that one doesn't count. That's silly. Okay. What's the most outrageous thing I've been asked to do for your boss in the past? um, let me see. Okay, well, I will answer this question and then I do have to go back to working as far as sending out matches. So I'm going to answer this, even though it's a little risque and very private, because most people do not know. Most people know that I've been doing this for 20 years. Most people know what I did prior to doing this after college, that I was a former pharmaceutical rep. But a lot of people probably don't know what I first did right after graduating college. I worked for a big, as a former pharmaceutical rep. I worked for a big major company. Hey, Matt, how are you? Hey, Michelle. Great. Just so everybody knows, I am not doing this very well. Brian, from what I understand, is on his way home. He was going to do this with me, but I just felt bad, so I wanted to just answer a couple of questions. So I'm going to answer this question, crazy thing about a boss. And so I had worked at a major financial institution, and I did not like finance, and I didn't like numbers, and I still don't. So when I started at this company, my boss wanted me to go to all these financial parties with him. And I think it's a little apropos right now to discuss things like this, because I was a young girl. I was recently graduated from college, and I wanted to be successful. And so naturally, you don't want to let your boss down. But, and I'm not saying, and I'm sure the guy died, okay, because he was pretty damn old when I started this. But he wanted me to come to these events, and at the event, he was very flirtatious, which made me feel uncomfortable. And I remember I didn't know how to handle it because I was a young girl. But what I remember of it was I said to this guy, no, you have the wrong person here if you think that I am going to partake in what you're implying. And I remember being at that party and being afraid that, I could have lost my job. I was shocked that an old, powerful man was acting inappropriately. Acting inappropriately. But looking back, I'm glad that I had the strength, I guess, to say, no, I don't feel comfortable with doing that. And let's just say I did not last long at the financial institution. I changed jobs and got into pharmaceuticals. So, okay. One more question, and then I have to go back to sending out matches. What is the biggest red flag on a first date? This is easy because people make this mistake all the time. There's so many actually red flags. Never talk about sex, politics, and religion. And even though people will say to me, oh, I know that, I would never, ever, ever do it. People do it all the time. And it's probably the biggest complaint that we'll get from someone that, I thought you weren't supposed to talk about that, but he or she spoke about it right away. And naturally, that person doesn't want a second date. So there are things that we can do to help our clients through dating coaching. But if someone makes one of those common mistakes, there's only so much we can do because it's in the guidelines not to do it. So if someone does it, it's kind of like, why would you do that? We told you not to do it. But anyway, so I am going to sign off at this point, and thank you all for, trying to watch. I'm going to see if Brian is home right now. And if Brian is home, Brian's texting me. So if Brian wants to try it with the both of us, then we'll be back in a couple of minutes, I hope. Okay? So thanks so much, everyone. And just in case it doesn't work with Brian and I, have a really great weekend and see you next week on Friday, Facebook Live. And don't forget to listen to the radio show on Sunday, Long Island Matchmaking on KJoy 98.3.